Hey Cactus crew. Oh, hey Cactus crew, how you guys going? I hope you guys can hear me. I'm having a bit of a heat wave here, so my live was a bit delayed. But welcome to CB Live, Cactus crew. Thanks for tuning in, and if you're new here, welcome. Replay crew, you can check out the timestamps in the description box. Also, that's where there will be a bunch of links to, prove Katie wrong, and also I'll put them in the pinned comment after the live. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna go through, well, we're not gonna go through anything. I haven't had a chance to react even to what the judge's order said on January 29th this year, 24. But yeah, and then last night I came across a post that was on Reddit. I think Katie might have deleted it. I'm not sure where it's from. But yeah, she's still claiming that she is a journalist, and there's just so much wrong here. And I just want to go through quite a lot. And Katie, I hope your listening ears are on, okay? I know your eyes aren't. She is just beyond, she's beyond, I thought she would have snapped out of it by now, but this is my first narcissist that I've come across in real life outside of a textbook. So I've had to learn a lot by Katie, because holy shit, she's complete opposite to me. I'm an empath, and she is fucking evil, cold, egotistic. She's also an alcoholic, abuses substances. Her Adderall is out of control. And yeah, claiming that she's a journalist is just a complete delusion. If you look at your work, Katie, your Katie, your work does not reflect the standards that a professional journalist is taught. And these are the journalistic codes of practice. And we'll go through all that. But what am I trying to do? I don't know, my brain's stalling. Why are you stalling? This is good stuff. This is where we teach Katie. Katie, I hope you were right up the front. Actually, no, a few rows back, please. Just a few rows back. Has everybody got their school pencils sharpened? Yeah, a few of the principles that a journalist would follow would be truthfulness, accuracy, fact-based communication, objectivity, fairness, respect, and most importantly, first do no harm. That's all Katie does, is harm. She is really, I really just hope the judge, she's obviously not even read the January 29th judge order. Anyway, I'm going to go through it all and more, because there's a lot when you're trying to prove the point to Katie, the journalist of the year. Oi, guys, and yeah, I know I sing bad. That's the point. I sing to give other people hope, If I can sing badly live on YouTube, someone else will go, fuck, I'm better than her, listen to my voice. See? And yes, it's a ripple effect. Anyway, everything's my own opinion, yada, yada, yada. You know how it goes. I'm just treading water. I'm fucked. I'm just awful. Happy Friday. Let's get into it. I think where we should start off first is with the short that I made just a few weeks ago. And if you don't know, I upload shorts daily, at least 2 every day. So there's a lot. But yeah, if you just head to my page and then up the top, it's the third one across, shorts. And this is the one I'm just going to play now. And there's a lot to take in, but pay attention to these. This is Katie's work. This is what she wants journalistic privilege for. Fucking worse than a column magazine, I tell ya.
Ended up becoming this huge story. Everyone starts covering it, and Robert decides that I am the reason that all of this is happening, that I've somehow decided that I've turned a private family dispute into a public scandal. and that I have blown this up and I'm spreading mistruths about him and I am trying to take him down. So in April of 2022, he filed this lawsuit against me, and he said that I was lying about him, And I'll tell you something. Recently, a judge in Minnesota ruled that, one, Robert was a public figure. Two, I am a journalist and I have a right to report on matters of public interest. And that I have journalistic privilege.
You never said that you're a reporter, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, what do you call it? Yeah. And
Yeah. I mean, what do you call it? Toad is laughing. Your own husband is laughing at the thought of you saying that you are a journalist/reporter. Katie's the most famous person, the most famous label putter honor that I know. Like, I'm just going to put this label on today and that means I am a journalist without even going and getting any qualifications, not ever even, like, she could just do a simple 101 journalist course online and find out the basics. I don't think she's even looked up what the code of practice is because, she shares everything and anything because she doesn't know what she's sharing. We learnt that with Von McRae. The amount of shit she shared, the amount of harm she did, and for what? For what? So this is the post that I want to comment on. It's from, it's in the last few days. Whoa, that's big. Not you, Toad, not you. Okay, wow. Is there a medium? Oh, there's no in between. It's just boom, boom. Okay, just got to take it. I want to be clear. I was deemed a journalist. It's very big. It's so big. What have I done? I want to be clear. I was deemed a journalist I'm reading Katie's words. I want to be clear. I was deemed a journalist has privilege in my case against robertshinn. There has not been any ruling from the judge stating the court hasn't decided. Yes, there has, Paulson. Where have you been? I know where you've been. In antibiotics and alcohol time. You were so loose the other night, not just your eyes. Okay, the judge specifically told robertshinn that he is a public figure, and because of my job as a reporter, I have qualified privilege from defamation claims. This means he has to prove actual malice. Where are you? Where are you in the... why haven't you caught up? Why aren't you on the same page as everyone else in this lawsuit? She's still, yapping on about stuff that happened last year. Hello, Paulson. Wake up. I know. That wasn't good for your listening ears, was it, Katie? God, look, I just came back and I'm like, look how big it is on the screen. Okay. We're just working with it. Katie, it's big enough for you to read, isn't it? Without your glasses? This means that he has a very high bar to prove his claims. He has to prove that what I reported had reckless regard for the truth. I reported the truth based upon public and court records. Sources were interviewed and many of them were named directly in my post. Katie's always done this, and we'll go through it, but she reads ongoing lawsuits, filings, documents, court documents as fact. She read this LA lawsuit with the other dancers that are suing robertshinn, and she's taken information from that, and it's fact for her. It's fact. She did it with Todd CHRISLEY too, when she was reading his indictment. Sources were interviewed and many of them were named directly in my post. No one that supports my work would ever support what Robert Shinn does to people. They would also know that my reporting has been the same. This is too big. They would also know that my reporting has been the same as every single outlet out in the media, including Rolling Stone, Business Insider, New York Magazine. Yeah, Katie, but it was they regurgitated you know, because they think that you're a journalist and you must have gone and got the qualifications and you're sharing information ethically. There's no reason to doubt you. And that's why it's so important to follow the code of practice, because it allows the public to have trust in you. You know, trusting that you aren't going to harm them, you're not going to lie to them, you're not going to manipulate them. And you get taught that at uni. Fuck, I got taught that 22 years ago. I was a journalist. No, 22 years ago I thought I wanted to be a journalist until I realised I'm a little bit behind time. I don't like deadlines, as you can tell with all my planned lives. Can never do it. But yeah, and this is the unit that I failed once and had to repeat twice. Media law and ethics made me quit. Okay, Robert is trying to stop a documentary that is being made about him. The reason he is suing me, in my opinion, is that he believes that he can gain access to anything I have on this film. At this point, Robert knows that something is coming. He has filed in multiple lawsuits that he is aware of a docuseries coming to a streaming platform. Okay, Katie. Why are you so... read what you have shared. Read your posts. Who do you think you are? You're playing with the professionals and you're the only one in that courtroom that is not a professional. Maybe, I don't know, Spanish degree professional, but I mean, you can't even, I've heard you go for it. I've heard you sing. You are desperate. Katie is so desperate to stop anything from happening. This is the furthest she's ever got in a lawsuit as well. Usually, oh my God, I can't believe I forgot the word. Jurisdiction is as far as anyone ever gets, because they're like, oh my God, this is a head fuck. I just take it. Who cares? They end. But 7M are not giving up. The amount of shit you have done, Katie. Robert is desperate to stop that from happening. I have no comments. You have a lot to say. I have no comments on if I am or not involved in a series. You aren't. You are no one. You are no one. Anyone that looks at your work or even your Instagram, you're just hyper-focused. Like I said, you can't see the big picture. You can't smell your shit on your knees or whatever that line is, because you're up to your chin in it. And you still can't smell it. Because this is not journalism. You aren't journalist. Okay. Fuck. But I will say that Robert won't be able to stop anything through a frivolous lawsuit. This is not a frivolous lawsuit. God, get your big girl panties on, Paulson. You're scaring me. He is being sued by 4 former dancers and several members, which accused him of HT, SB, sexual battery, gender violence, and fraud, to name a few. He has denied all of this. 3 separate women have filed police reports in LA. Sorry. 3 separate women have filed police reports in LA County alleging SB and R against Robert Shinn. Despite these reports, the DA is yet to file charges against him. It's not that it's big, that I can't read. It's Katie's crap writing right in my face. Like, this is big crap writing. No, Alka. Oh, she's responding to this down here, is she? No, Alka. My loyal subs know the kind of man Mr. Shinn is, and they know that the only one that is lying is him. If you support that man and live in a world where you want him to win, you aren't loyal to me or to the victims in this case. Fucking hell, Katie. Listen to your shit. Robert's life is only going to get harder this year. Katie! Once the supposed series is out, I will be the least of his concern. Is this recent? Because I feel like she, there's another short where she talks about once the worldwide media gets onto this, I will be the least of his concern. You aren't. You are in a lawsuit. You are being sued for defamation, for intentional infliction of emotional distress. They told you to stop and you kept going. They told you that what you were sharing was lies and you kept going. There's so much, you cost them so much. They lost money because of you, income. They had to I can't go into it. The judge tells you what you did. So it's just someone letting her know that basically, Katie, actually, didn't the first judge say it was plausible you were a journalist, but the second one specifically said the court has not made a final decision? Yeah, on the 29th, the judge said, this court has not found that to be the case. You didn't even supply any evidence or anything that you were a journalist. Do you think that you just can say it without proving it? Which is basically the motto for every lawsuit you're in. You think that you can just say it without proving it. You've got no source. No people have reached out to you. There were even ex-members of 7M. In one of my videos, I've showed it, where they point out that, yeah, they shared that story with you, but you've gone on and exaggerated it and elaborated it, made it into something that it isn't, because that's what you do when you get on your cult cycle thing. You just turn everyone's a human trafficker. Everyone's in a cult. No, you're the one that doesn't understand the world, because you just drink. Yeah, and then they just, look, it's on the screen. I can't be bothered reading it. Look, we're only at the beginning and I can't be bothered. Oh, it's great. It's a great feeling. Yeah, so they're like, I would hate to see you being sanctioned by the court for spreading false info. The document your attorney submitted in the RO case is not a court declaration. It's just a document from your attorney. Oh, I'm glad we read it. See, it pays to read. Please be honest with yourself. No, please be honest with us, your loyal subs. Katie, and then you blast them because you are right. How dare anyone think otherwise? Okay, so let's have a look at the journalistic codes of practice before I just get into other stuff, Let's just get an idea of what where did Katie go wrong? Oh, shit. Where did she go right? She's never gone right or wrong or any way except Katie's way. Look, this is me talking because I can't talk and drive, but maybe up. And that's what happens when it doesn't work my way and I signed out of my computer. Fuck this shit. Sorry, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. So what's been going on? Has everyone had a good week? Oh my God, it's so hot over here. I'm in the middle of a heat wave again. I think last week might have been as well. And I can't sleep. It's so hot. It's so hot. I hate summer. I can't even go out of my house during the day because it's just way too hot. What am I looking for? If you could just shut up for a minute, we would like to use the brain that comes with my... Yeah, I'm on one tonight. Something, if I lose my voice for this, will it be worth it? I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, we might be back. Are we? I don't know. You tell me. How's my singing? How's it sound to everyone who is on headphones? Okay. Oh, let me remove my little, there's no point being on the... Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, so basically, I just want to zoom in a bit, but not too much. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's good. That's it. That's good. That's it. So I just want to read this top bit because it explains why these principles exist and why journalists follow them and are taught to follow them. Because, oh my God, is anyone that studied journalism at uni? Holy shit, can you imagine Katie with the plagiarism tool? After, we would have to, before we handed in any assignment, we'd have to run it through the plagiarism tool, which basically scanned the document for any time you plagiarized. And yeah, you had to come up with had to be 5% or less. And Katie would have been, she would have failed. The research units. Okay. Members of the Society of Professional Journalists believe that public enlightenment is the forerunner of justice and the foundation of democracy. The ethical journalism strives to ensure the free exchange of information that is accurate, fair, and thorough. An ethical journalist acts with integrity. The Society declares these 4 principles as the foundation of ethical journalism and encourages their use and its practice by all people in the media. Seek truth and report it. Ethical journalism should be accurate and fair. Journalists should be honest and courageous in gathering, reporting, and interpreting information. And not every piece of information is worthy of being shared to the public. You've got to understand what the important information is and what the crappy information is so you can get your point across. Katie, she'll do a massive essay, a big post, and then still have to explain it to people in the comments, because she's a shit writer. I mean, God, did you see that piece of shit that I just read? In big font? I'll just read the headings. I ain't got time, but I'll link this down below if you want to go and have a look and send it to Katie. I might, though. I might email her. Last year, she made me email... Last year, I emailed her twice. I can't believe I emailed her twice because I was worried about her face. That was the first time I emailed her because I was like, this is important. What are you doing? And then the second time I emailed her was when her cat was out the front next to the daffodils or the lilies, and that's poisonous to cats. So again, I emailed her then. I'm willing to, it's February. I might email this to you, Katie. You need it. You need it. Minimize harm. Ethical journalism treats sources, subjects, colleagues, and members of the public as human beings deserving of respect. Has she ever shown Robert Shinn any respect? You can report on someone, you can expose them, but with respect. She wants to slander him. She's cruel. She's a bully. Act independently. The highest and primary obligation of ethical journalism is to serve the public. Journalists should avoid conflicts of interest refuse gifts, favours, fees. Be wary of sources offering information for favours of money. That's another thing they teach you if you study journalism, Katie, how to vet sources, because not everyone is a source. Like Cody's friend that he's known for years talking about his sex life. Like, that's not, where's that way up in the importance of the public needs to know? Distinguish news from advertising, shun hybrids that blur the lines. Be accountable and transparent. Oh, she tries to be. She likes to throw these words around, but words have no weight for Katie. She's a writer with no emotion, like a narcissist with no emotion, no understanding of that's why her work, it doesn't flow. There's no emotion in what she's sharing. It's just darts at a dartboard. What is it? What's she call it? Poking the bear. Imagine if Katie poked a bear. In the real world, in the real world. Ethical journalism means taking responsibility for one's work and explaining one's decisions to the public. Journalists should explain ethical choices and processes to the audience. Encourage a civil dialogue with the public and about journalistic. Katie, I just decided I'm definitely sending this to you. Anyway, it's down below. Now you get the point. And this is why we follow it, because it separates the wannabes from the real truth seekers, the people that you're going to get the real information from. This is why I hate Twitter. Twitter used to be good for sharing information because you could look and see they had the blue tick, so they were authentic, like an actual news source. And now you can buy a blue tick. So all these random people sharing fake news with a blue tick, what is going on that platform? It's that's my favorite social media. And it's gone to shit. It's absolutely gone to shit. Okay, so let's go and have a look at the judge's order from January 29. Oh, I might need a drink. Oh, instead of singing, you might want to get a drink. Okay, fine, I'll have to get a drink. Oh, I was like, what if this doesn't load? Okay. 1 second. And chat, I'll pause in a bit of this and I'll tune into what you guys are saying. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Okay. So like I said, this was, this is the order on motions to compel filed on the 29th. Oh, shall I read the whole thing? Yeah. Okay, look, okay. The above entitled matter came before the Honourable Carrie Willis, Judge of District Court, for hearing on November 15, 23. On the party's motion to compel. Oh, look, let's just go into the facts. We know what's going on, okay? Findings of fact. Plaintiff 7M Films is a talent management company, and Robert Shinn is the CEO and sole owner. Plaintiffs Miranda and James Derrick are husband and wife and associates of Mr. Robert Shinn. Plaintiff's business is in the field of social media, communications and marketing. Additionally, they broker deals between performers, particularly dancers and commercial venues. Miss Paulson, how come it's not Mrs.? Are you not married? Were they are you single mum? Miss Paulson runs several social media accounts with substantial reach, numbering in the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers, particularly on Instagram and YouTube. 3. Plaintiffs allege Plaintiffs alleges 9 causes of action against defendants. Oh, I had 10 on my list. Have I missed one? Have I doubled up? In the first 2 counts for defamation and defamation per se underline the remaining counts. In summary, plaintiffs allege that Ms. Paulson, via her Instagram page and other social media platforms, defamed plaintiffs by posting false statements about 7M and associated individuals. Plaintiffs maintain that Ms. Paulson's social media posts claim that plaintiffs are involved with Shekinah Church. Is that, I think you missed a H. Oh, sorry, Judge, sorry. Which plaintiffs argue that Ms. Paulson's characterised as a cult. Sorry, I feel like I'm butchering this. I almost want it to be bigger. I'm sold now. Plaintiffs further claim that Ms. Paulson has acquired and published court documents subject to a protective order involving plaintiffs, and that Ms. Paulson has stated that plaintiffs engage in criminal conduct, including HT, waterboarding, and kidnapping. Plaintiffs' other claims are rooted in the same allegedly defamatory conduct by defendants, but are pled as torturous. Oh, how do you say it? It's not torturous, is it? Okay, you know that word. I should go to pronunciation later. Tortious, interference with contracts, intentional interference with prosthetic. Oh my, what's wrong with my brain? Prosthetic. That's not a word. Prospective advantage. Intentional interference with prospective advantage. Deceptive trade practices. Negligence and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Why was that so hard, brain? I feel like I might have had a stroke. I couldn't read? I've forgotten how to say stuff? Does that happen to anyone? What did I smoke? No. Conclusions of law. Oh, I just saw on chat. Hello from Michigan, USA. I don't even know where that is. I'd have to go look at the map. Hello. I hope you're experiencing cold weather. I hope everyone is in icy weather. I can't be the only one like sweltering here. Conclusions of law. 4. Rule 26.02 of the Minnesota Rules of Civil Procedure governs the scope and limits of discovery. It states in part, parties may obtain discovery regarding any non-privileged matter that is relevant. Parties may obtain discovery regarding any non-privileged matter that is relevant to any party's claim or defense and proportional to the needs of the case, considering the importance of the issues at stake in the action. Katie, I'm not used to reading intelligent stuff. You really have dumbed my brain down. I just stopped mid-sentence. I thought it was the end of the sentence, but that was a comma. Oh, I'm really fucking this up. Okay, do I need to read it? Fuck this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Thank God for timestamps, right? No. Considering the importance of the issues at stake in the action, the amount in controversy, the parties' relative access to relevant information, the parties' resources, and the importance of the discovery in resolving the issues, and whether the burden of or expense of the proposed discovery outweighs its likely benefit. There's no benefit for Katie. There's just no benefit, even for what she asked for in discovery. Like, how much do you want to dig? And like, irrelevant shit. The court may limit discovery that is unreasonably... Oh, fuck my life. You know that word? I can't read this law stuff. I'm sorry, guys. These words are too big for me on a Friday night. Obtainable. Okay, like, should I try? No. Oh, come on, Bill. No, because I want to say, like, that I want to spell it out, but the first letters are like, you know, I think it's cum. Is it cum? Because it can't be, is it, okay, like, fuck you, you stupid word. Okay, so basically, look, we're just moving on, because the important one is like number 7. Oh God, fuck my life. My brother's a lawyer, and I could never do that. I can't even stay on track. Plaintiffs have demonstrated that the requested information relates to claims and damages asserted in this lawsuit. By her own admission, Miss Paulson has a massive social media presence and has discussed plaintiffs on several platforms. The source and veracity of the information is relevant to many of the claims asserted by plaintiffs. The information is not overbroad as it is limited to statements made and information obtained about plaintiffs within specific time period. Let's all roll a dice. Does it equal 7? No, it doesn't. It's Katie's number. That didn't make sense, but Katie, I reckon it made sense to you because that's how your comprehension works. Jumbled words and you put them together and make your own meaning. Okay, listening ears on, Katie Joy, listening ears on. Let me just get a big drink of water. Okay, number 7, roll a 7, don't go to heaven. Okay, defendants claim that plaintiffs are not entitled to much of the information sought by plaintiffs because of journalistic privilege and or because the information qualifies as journalistic notes. But then again, what is she? You know, Katie shares everything. She wouldn't even know what important information is and what isn't. The issue of whether or not Mrs. Paulson is a journalist has not yet been presented to or decided by the court. One more time for Paulson. One more time for Paulson, 'cause she really needs to hear it twice. Listening ears on, Katie. The issue of whether or not Miss Paulson is a journalist has not yet been presented to or decided by this court. Oh my God, did you forget to hand in your qualifications? Why didn't you hand in your, degree? Why didn't you hand in at least your Spanish degree, you know? Then they would have been able to see, okay, we see where you're going. Not. Okay, Katie, we're continuing. To the extent that the defendants maintain that the source of some of this information are confidential informants or qualify as journalistic notes, they can provide that information to plaintiffs. Blah, blah. There's too many P's. It's my fucking problem. Paulson, plaintiff, privilege. My mouth is way too excited. That's what's happening, Katie. To the extent that defendants maintain that the sources of some of this information are confidential informants or qualify as journalistic notes, they can provide that information to plaintiffs pursuant to a privilege log in accordance with Minnesota 26 point, that stuff up there that I missed. Oh, Katie. I like it. I like it a lot. It makes me smile because it is the truth. Fucking hell, sorry guys. Hang on, I'm going to come back and chat. Now I'm going to like look and I'm going to pull up your little, what are you guys saying? Let's just, I don't want to leave you behind on the curb and just go cruising down on my own. But maybe we should just full charge ahead and get the reading over and done with. Number 8, the court also finds this information to be discoverable. This is plaintiff's request for production 17 and 18. We'd have to go and have a look. But the court also finds that this information to be discoverable. Fuck. Katie, I can talk, okay? I can talk. I learned how to talk. I talk for a living. Okay, the issue of whether defendants were compensated, how much they were compensated and by whom they were compensated from January 2020 to present is relevant to defendants' motives in discussing plaintiffs on social media platforms, including the depth, length and substance with which plaintiffs were the focus of Ms. Paulson's discussions. Plaintiff's request for production 19, 20, 21, 23 and 24. Number 9. These words. Similarly. I can't say it. Similarly. Why am I like, I've had a stroke. Have I had a stroke on YouTube? Like, what has happened to my brain? Like, yes, I am the pronunciation, probably the only person that uses Google pronunciation in the slow lane because the fast one's too fast. But, okay. These requests are discoverable as they relate to defendants' motive in potentially gaining financially from their discussions regarding plaintiff. Defendants offer no legal support for their claim that the production companies would be required to make an independent argument regarding the disclosure of any contracts they entered into with defendants, and the court does not find the argument persuasive. So I'm just going to read and like it's not making sense to my brain. Why is it not? Should I finish this? Are we almost there? Oh. Katie, overbroad. Do you know what that means? I don't know what it means. Go ask Toad. You go ask Toad and I'll get a glass of water. Oh, I'm failing at life right now, live on YouTube. Welcome. It's okay. We can save everything with a song. Maybe I should sing this. No. Defendants. Oh yeah, that word is like, how do we say it? Interrogatories. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it again. They're written, Tabitha, I know you are. If you are listening, just like, it's not that hard. It is. Okay. The I have had a stroke. I feel like I have. Wait, when I say that, I'm just joking, but maybe the heat has done something to me. Okay. Okay, so, oh fuck. It's like when you need to look up on Google, but you don't know what it is. Like, how do you spell this, Google, but you don't know how to spell it. So how do you write into Google, how do you spell it? And you don't know what the word is. Okay, interrogatories These interrogatories, look, we're just going to go with that, are written are overbroad. Defendants contend that they are seeking evidence of statements against interest. However, I've decided, look, I'm not going to read the rest. I'll do it another time because it's not part of this. Like, there's no flow now. Only it was here. I came for 7 and now I'm leaving. I'm sorry, guys. If you want me to read it, or I might do it in a edited video. But yeah, now we're just going to go have a look at a few things. Like I said that Katie always takes stuff as fact. Where is it? So yeah, we're going to go back to 2019 first. Oh, you don't. What? I'm so sorry. That's what happens when I shouldn't be talking and doing stuff. God, this is awful. One day I will get better. When will that happen? I don't know. Snail's pace for me. Okay, so this is, fucking ads. 2019. This is a deleted video.
Oh, that sucks.
It's a good thing you're with
Katie
Budget
deleted
Direct,
this
Australia's
video
most
of her
award-winning
going through the
insurance.
indictment in 2009 of Todd CHRISLEY.
Have a pay transparency plan but don't know how to get started? Let us help you put your plan in motion. Say hi to
Lean not on your own understanding, in all of your ways acknowledging him, and he will make your path straight. We want to express our gratitude to everyone who helped place us where we are today in our lives, and we thank you for your support, and we'll continue to work every day to earn your respect and loyalty. Well, he paints quite the picture of innocence, doesn't he? It's almost like he didn't do anything wrong, right? Well, not so fast. According to the federal prosecutor in this case, BJ Pack, there is a ton of evidence and corroborating evidence that says it wasn't the employee that did this out of revenge, but rather CHRISLEY instructed this employee to sign off on documents, to sign for documents, and to falsify documents on his behalf. This all kind of blew wide open in March of 2017 when a local Georgia news outlet identified that Todd and Julie CHRISLEY owed a total of $770,990 to this Georgia Department of Revenue Services for failing to file tax returns between the years of 2006 and 2014. He declared himself as a Georgia resident, but he held a homestead in the state, and he still didn't file taxes. In 2016, he moved to Tennessee, which has no income tax, but he didn't pay those taxes. His son, Kyle, at the time, told reporters that his father was really good.
She's not using... And yes, that's me talking from the past. That video will be linked below, but basically that's her going through the indictment with the RIS. But she's reading from court documents and stating it as fact. I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, now let's head to Instagram. Katie's brilliant Instagram. She's been posting about 7M. And she's all in her head. Oh, God, where do we start? There's a lot. Start with the picture. 7M update. This was posted on February 9, 2024. Robert Shinn's trial is set for July 2025. And she's talking about that other lawsuit that's going on where the other dancers are suing him. He's suing. Okay, I should just read what she's saying and not jump ahead. He is suing former Shekinah church members for defamation and various business torts. A cross complaint filed against him by former 7M dancers Kylie Douglas, Aubrey Fisher and Kevin Davis will move forward the complaint. Will move forward. Is that full stop? Or will move forward the complaint includes... Yeah, so full stop, Katie. The complaint includes numerous former members which allege fraud, SB, gender violence, among other... Have I just read this? Did I just read this? Where did I just read this? A claim of HT by Alicia Lee has been properly pleaded according to the court. This means Robert is being sued for HUNAN. HUNAN, you're just hooning round in the traffic. Don't even know what you're doing. You're a human and you're hooning all the time. Katie, why did you not, read it? Why didn't you put a full stop in there, Imagine if that's one whole sentence. Did I finish it? No. This means Robert is being sued for HT, at least one former member. You missed the word by at least one former member, which spanned over a decade. You have become, even though you are the carousel from hell, you've become that. It's the same shit. You're not moving off any new information. It's like March 2022 again, where you just on and on and on and on. Step back. Let stuff that you've read process in your pee. Oh, do I have to read what you wrote? Is it going to be the exact same thing? Okay. Robertshinn and Associates are headed to a 25-day jury trial scheduled in July 2025. You might be in prison by then. Okay. And TODD CHRISLEY might be out. The case involves claims against Robertshinn of fraud, unjust enrichment, SB, gender violence, HT, and more. Robert is also suing members of defamation. What? What? Robert is also suing former members of defamation. Is defamation a dance thing now? He's suing them for defamation? Or is defamation a dance group? Are they? They should be. God. He claims that former members are on a mission to destroy his character and business. His lawsuit was filed after he received a demand letter from attorneys to settle claims against one former member. According to court filings, Robert's attempt to have the court thrown... According to court filings, Robert's attempt to have the court throw out claims of HT were unsuccessful. A judge... Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it is. They're going to walk through the proceedings, of that allegation. But it hasn't been proven that, And here you are accusing him of it, relying on someone else's lawsuit for information. A judge ruled that Alicia Lee adequately pled her claim of HT. She alleged that Robert and Associates controlled all aspects of her life, including housing, vehicles, finances, phone, and even withheld her car keys at times. What if she was drunk? And they're looking out for them. Does your husband ever hide the keys from you? Oh, it doesn't matter. You don't drive. You don't go anywhere. Katie, when you do go outside and you've got that infection, do you put sunscreen on? Do you ever wear sunscreen? Have you ever exfoliated your face? Look, that's another day. That's another question. That's another carousel. But yeah, nothing she has said has any, it's just, it's worse than the Sun. Because at least the Sun have some kind of structure and like they don't repeat themselves over and over and over. They don't get fixated on details of abuse, which Katie's drawn to, and then that's the start of her story time. Whatever is fact or whatever, she'll just elaborate it into a story, completely exaggerating, dramatizing it to humiliate and embarrass the person that she's targeting. We saw this with TODD CHRISLEY. We saw this with Tati. Tati couldn't even put on makeup without Katie going, oh my God, look, white face, orange face. Katie, look, you don't have a tan, you don't leave your house, you can't do makeup. Shut up. Oh, do we need to read this? Okay. She also alleged that she was beaten by Robert's wife, Hannah, in May 2022 after she alerted others in the group about Robert's actions. Lee also accuses Robert of gender violence, which includes allegations of aiding and abetting and harassment. All the former members allege fraud by WithoutACrystalBall and his associates. They claim that Robert was in control of their finances. WithoutACrystalBall is accused of writing checks from various members' accounts. Katie, why do you have to, like, you can't form your own, like, you can't read information and then summarize it. You can't form your own individual thoughts. Not that you have any, but like if someone asked you, like, you just repeat this garbage again. You're so confused, you don't even know what's going on. You're so confused that you won't even go and see the doctor to get rid of the staph infection that you've had for 4 years. You don't care. You don't care about yourself in this court case. I mean, Katie, this could end your career online. You and your husband could lose any money that you've got put away for your son. You could lose this channel. All the money could go to WithoutACrystalBall. Why the fuck? And you still want to talk. I mean, this is the best time ever for TODD to pull the plug on the internet. Because does he look at this and go, my wife's fine. She knows exactly what she's doing. Look, I'm so proud of my wife. Once again, calling out WithoutACrystalBall. Go, Katie, from the other room. Does he like tap on the wall? That's it, darling. You've got it. Oh, I'm saying darling because how good is it? Listen to TODD CHRISLEY. I love the way he talks. I wish I had twang. You know, I wish I had. Oh, he just sounds so good. Anyway. Plus, do you know he has stand-up comedy? I've been checking him out. He's pretty funny. But he's just good with a mic, like he's a showman. That's what the vibes I get. Not you, WithoutACrystalBall. I'm talking about CHRISLEY. Oh, I just looked at their picture. Oh, just let them be. Let them be. Where are we in this crap? Oh, where are we? Robert admits that he had numerous sexual relations with his employees and church members, but denies that he AR'd anyone. As a pastor, I'm still butchering that word. As a pastor, I'm gonna go pastor. As a pastor, an employer, Robert held a position of authority over the women. Robert denies that sexual relationships were non-consensual. What? Not? Why is that even any of your fucking business? Like, yes, you can go off like what someone else is alleging happened to them. But again, it's allegations, and what you have written in your posts. one time I'll show you after this, but I've just saved all of her 7M stuff and it's the same shit, different day. Same with, like, when I went through that, the amended summons, it's linked below as well. And that goes through the post and it's the same stuff. Nowhere does she say allegedly. Nowhere does she say, in my opinion. It's all, this is fact. He is a hate trafficker. All this, like, how can you just be so, well, okay, I'm not a narcissist, so I never know. I'm scrolling, we haven't even finished. No charges have been filed against Robert Shinn by the LA District Attorney at this time. One member is seeking in excess of $25 million in damages from Robert. What are they seeking from you, Katie? Quite a lot. And, well, it flies because you did a lot of damage. Yeah, I was just going to go have a look at this, what Katie... We're going for more. We're going for more. We're going for gold. And we're going to listen to this. So this is like, I think it's a clip of Katie's IG live from what they posted on March 2nd, 2022. This is on the Wilkins sisters. I think is it a fan page or is it their page? Okay, it's their page. So Melanie must have posted this. I do feel like it was a family thing. Like, I really do feel like the family lost, like, Miranda came to her senses and wanted to go off and do her own thing. And then the family, like, because the dad he's freaky. He's very... You know, when your parents are part of your TikTok dance group and you're all making money as a family and then one leaves and that one is the talent, the one with the biggest fan base and all that leaves. It's a big deal. But yeah, I don't think they're a cult to the extreme that Katie says, because I think there is that religious element, but I think it's just religious element. Like, the religious backbone, the structure, something to ground the dancers and maybe keep them grounded and not so big-headed how big they get on TikTok. You know, that sometimes, like, Katie just thinks religion in itself is a cult. She doesn't see. I mean, she thinks that she controls the world. Okay, should I just press play? I don't know.
What they're doing. This is the allegation. Robert Shinn and Catherine Yee took complete control.
Oh, and yeah, she's reading off that other lawsuit. So she's like, these are the allegations, but this is like how she's presenting it.
Of her daily activities, gaining complete access to her email accounts, passwords, bank accounts, and they maintained a computer system known as Log Me In, where Catherine and Robert exceedingly exercised unfiltered access to all of its congregation members' personal computers, including that of the plaintiff. They used influence, mind control, coercive persuasion, and intimidating tactics to cause the plaintiff to provide labor for the defendants and to sever all relationships and communications with friends and family. Did you hear that? This is what all of these people are saying about what they're doing.
But again, it's allegations. It's not fact. And you took what was in that and you ran with it. You're like, this is a cult. I was born to cover this. So that was, March 2nd, 2022. This is March 9, 2022. So here we go again. She's like, this is absolutely chilling. The dancers have no clue that they've signed up, what they've signed up for with Israel Shinn. Cults always come back to sex. Katie, you always come back to it. Oh,
by Shin and Yi to be obedient and work hard under a
Hang on.
need-to-know basis. So nobody was allowed,
sorry, I'm just gonna reload it because it'll start. What?
including Chang, were taught by Shin and Yi to be obedient and work hard under a need-to-know basis. So nobody was allowed to ask anything about finances. All the members, including Chung, were taught not to be doubtful of any Shekinah church activities because doubt comes from evil. Shin even set up a club called the Millionaires Club, and to be a member of this club, a person must be fully committed financially and donate as much as they can. In the year 2000, Shin began referring to himself as the man of God. The congregation was also told to cut all ties with family and friends, and Shin and Yi placed male and female members in 2 houses, separated by sex, and told them other members would become their new family. Chung relied on Shin and Yi's advice and representation and did in fact cut all ties with her family and friends. Shin and Yi developed a reporting system where members were told and encouraged to watch each other's communications and actions. All the members, including Chung, were taught by Shin and Yi to be obedient and work hard under a need-to-know basis. So nobody was allowed to ask anything about finances. All the members, including Chung, were taught not to be doubtful of any Shekinah church activities because doubt comes from evil. Shin even set up a club called the Millionaires Club, and to be a member of this club, a person must be fully committed financially and donate as much as they can. In the year 2000, Shin began referring to himself as the man of God. The congregation was also told to cut all ties with family and friends, and Shin and Yi placed male and female members in 2 houses, separated by sex, and told them other members would become their new family. Chung relied on...
Sorry guys, did we just watch that twice? Well, it's worth it, I guess, to ram it home. I think it's like quite normal, like, to separate them, but like, it's a talent management house, so he's running it like, you know, Katie just has no idea about the entertainment industry. There's a few of my CB shorts where she is explaining what a management it does and what they shouldn't do. And if they do this, that means that you are being groomed. Oh, it's absolutely ridiculous. You're so stupid, Katie. This is just this is so her though. I mean, blinders on. Yeah, and I just wanted to read, this article that I found from the Seattle Times. And oh my God, it sounds like Katie. Like, Katie, listening ears on. I mean, this could be you in a parallel world. It's from June 2nd, 2021. Being on social media does not make you a journalist. Last week, the Washington Supreme Court tried to figure out who counts as a journalist in the digital age. It concluded that just having a camera and a YouTube channel isn't enough, at least not under state law. The case involved a YouTuber who had a confrontation with sheriff's deputies in Pierce County. After the incident, he filed a Public Records Act request for the names, birth dates, photographs, and other information for all deputies and personnel working then. Normally, many of those records are off limits to the public to protect law enforcement from harassment, retaliation, and potential identity theft. There's an exception, though. Members of the news media, as defined in state law, may receive the records. That's how Katie also gets around stuff. Although news media interests generally have opposed making public employees' date of birth private for anyone, lawmakers gave the press privileged access because they were persuaded that professional journalists could be trusted to use the personal information responsibly. The press becomes a stand-in for the general public. A news organisation might, for example, need a birth date and photo to check previous employment of an official embroiled in a scandal or to verify that a law enforcement officer was involved in an incident. The YouTuber insisted he was an investigative journalist who counted as a member of the news media based on his Liberties Champion YouTube channel. Officials disagreed and the case went all the way to the Supreme Court. The majority ruled against him being a member of the news media. The court The court analysis focused primarily on the fact that he was a lone wolf, not a member of a news organization. The nature of news and journalism is evolving rapidly. Live streamers wear press armbands while attending and participating in protests. People take to Twitter to announce what is happening at the local government hearings. Others operate websites that report on focus topics. The legislator, you know what I'm trying to say, tried to draw a line in the fuzzy continuum between the solo YouTuber or a tweeter howling at perceived injustice and traditional newspapers and television news organizations that have been the backbone of a vibrant local free press for decades. Yet whenever the line falls, there will be tough edges. Okay, oh, hang on. Most people would trust a trained plumber to fix a leaky pipe. Okay, let's not, yeah, okay. The YouTuber in this case would have a hard time convincing any dispassionate viewer that he's a real journalist, but there are a lot of people doing serious journalism today who won't work for a news organization. Yeah, Katie, so that's one of the cases, like, you know, that kind of mirrors where you're at and what you've done and way you think that you can get around things. And so to finish off this live, I think it's only fitting that we watch How My Dreams Became a Reality. We're just going to watch a bit, like I've got a timestamp. Okay, because Katie, you were born to be a journalist and have your story time. Just like my awful singing, it's making it so much better for me.
Here it is. Like I
Hang
always
on, let
have
me
to
get my
like provide
timestamp.
like a little
Katie.
bit of my opinion. So then I feel like I also end up sort of going on the op-ed side of things. I'm not a traditional
journalist. Like, let's just start here. Oh,
but I got very tired of writing about my son, and I wanted to write about more than just my son. And I love to research. I love to investigate. I love to know the truth about things. I love to dig. I love to fall down rabbit holes, let's just say. And I love to tell stories. So yes, becoming a writer has been amazing. And this year my income is like way more than it was the previous year. So I'm just going to keep hoping that every year I'm doing this, I'm just going to make more money, and it'll even make more money. And then my family will actually not be so damn poor. I mean, we're not poor, but you know what I mean? Like, I had to give up a really high paying job. So just trying to like get us back to normal. See, it's funny because I don't necessarily think of myself as a journalist. I don't really know what I consider myself. I've never thought of myself as a journalist. I've always thought of myself as a writer. I would say, like, in a lot of ways, I would say when I am doing journalist work, it's more like investigative journalism. I'm definitely not a journalist that does just like, this is the story, here it is. Like, I always have to like provide like a little bit of my opinion. So then I feel like I also end up sort of going on the op-ed side of things. I'm not a traditional journalist. And probably one of the nastiest things that someone ever said to me was a woman that worked at a local newspaper in my town, or in the Twin Cities. And she's like, you really don't believe you're a journalist, right? Because that's not what you're doing. And I was like, I've never said I was a journalist. I've never, like, people will refer to me as a journalist, but I don't have like training in journalism. But you know, the funny thing is a lot of journalists don't have training in journalism. The journalist that I worked with at NBC News, her degree is in library science. So, you know, there's a like very big.
and yeah, in my video, I'll link it down below, but I've reacted to this video and I said that having a degree in library is still within the School of Art, which is where journalism falls under in university as well. Like, there's different schools, and the School of Art is library sciences. You get, if you got a undergraduate bachelor's degree in library science, she could go straight into a, skip the undergraduate of journalism and go to the next stage, because it's all in the same school with the same core units. She would have learnt the research, how to properly vet information, all that. Katie, you've been taught nothing. You're not even an investigative journalist, because what do? You just dig. You're not investigating. Remember what you did to Tati? Oh, I just want to dig more. I mean, her dad must be part of the mafia, because I can't find anything. Okay, say that on your little YouTube channel. You YouTuber, because that's all you are. Remember, you were on that show. No, what was it? Was it Chris Hansen or something? Some documentary. I can't even remember what it was about, because it's way too far for my brain to think, because you've made my brain mush. Yeah, and it just said YouTuber Katie Joy when they showed you on the screen. And then Todd was like, YouTuber, that's all you are, is a YouTuber. That's the biggest level of success you've ever come across. Like I said, in the courtroom for your lawsuit, you are the only one that's not a professional. Everyone else in that courtroom has gone to uni and risen above everything and become good at their game. They're living their life where they want to be. They're not throwing labels on themselves. One day I'll be a journalist, the next day I'm a... What did you say you were? God, I can't even remember. Look, this is what you've done to my brain. I can't believe that I'm at the end of this and I just presented the information, but still my brain's gone mush. I was just looking at you guys talking about Wendy's. I've never had Wendy's. Oh, was I muted? Was I muted just now? Oh, please hope that Goose just pressed mute on her end. Was I muted, guys? Oh, hope not. God, that's typical, isn't it? But maybe it's meant to be. It's you don't need to hear it. Just play the carousel in your head. This is everything we've heard before. But really, Katie, if you want to be a journalist after this 7M thing, because, you probably have to go back to school, night school or something, because you're a mum of a medically fragile child and that takes up all day, when you're on mummy duty. But then you can go to class at night and learn and then go through the hard yakka of raising up through the ladder, but not really with you. No one you can sleep with to get above. The job, she's only ever been able to follow a script. She worked at a call centre for both, a call centre for loans and then the call centre for Capella University, the scammers. And she just had to follow a script and she got fired for being drunk and also couldn't follow a script. There was no creativity there for her. Oh, Wendy's. I just watched everyone eat all this I haven't even had Krispy Kreme and it's around the corner. It's too much sugar as well, because I've given up sugar. So that would just be overload of sugar. But yeah, I've never had Krispy Kreme. And I've never watched Avatar. I watched the Barbie movie for the first time last night. But I finished it today because it's so long. Why does it have to be past anyone's attention span? And then I had nightmares about Alan. And I really want an Alan doll now. And have you guys seen the Barbie movie? It's cool and stuff, but it was so long. Did it need to be that long? Oh, I might watch it again. It was good. But I don't know if Will Ferrell needed to be in it. I know, I feel hungry for because someone's talking about Wendy's, I was watching someone and they're all these stuff at Wendy's. Oh, I can't think. Oh, the chili. They were talking about the chili. And I'm you just get chili in a cup? How can you trust that? Find a finger in it. Oh no. Oh, hope. Oh, you can hear. Oh, Christy. Christy hears. Goose has gone deaf. Goose, your ears have closed off. They're in protective mode. No more for you tonight, Goose. That's what your ears have said. Is TK in here? Oh, TK. You're missing school? TK, you'd be right up the front. Teacher's pet, right next to the jelly beans. Oh God, you guys are just talking about food. They're talking about pizza and like all that stuff. Like, stop, okay? Stop. I can't eat. It's midnight. Is it midnight now? Okay, well, I've gone over an hour. I was gonna see what chat had to input, but really they just want Wendy's and like pizza and you know, it's the carousel from hell. We've heard it all before, but really, Katie, have you heard this? Katie, have you heard the... Katie, I'm going to email you. I'm going to email you, you know? It's going to be great. Maybe I might film it, like have some input. This is what my email to Katie looked like. Type, send. Do you even get it? Should I send it to WithoutACrystalBall 78 or should I send it to tips@WithoutACrystalBall? Do you reckon she's even still paying for that domain? Because there's nothing new on that site. That was good, wasn't it, Katie? You had a dream there. Anyway, make sure that 7M see this about how you're not really a journalist. We should ask V. I would love to get TODD on here and go TODD. So is your wife a journalist? Or just tie him down and just like flood his mind with all the information that he hasn't sought out himself because he's emasculated and he only believes everything that Katie says. We're going to win this. We're going to win this, TODD. We're going to win this. Okay, my beautiful wife, I trust everything you say because it's not like you would lie to me. Oh, Tanya Lynn Keller, Cactus high five for becoming a member. Yeah, guys, you can become a member. The link's in the pinned comment. Also in the description if you scroll down, find the Cactus. Help support the channel. Yeah, you can like, share, consider subscribing. And yeah, if you want me to read that, the latest filings. Do you know what I'm thinking of doing though? I think we might watch some of Tabitha's videos where she's at the courthouse and then we can hear what went on because the first hearing with Jennifer, Katie's lawyer, who in my head, through that description that Tabitha gave, like on that first one where, like, that's the kind of information I love, when someone describes what everyone's wearing and then we can just get that picture in my head, your head. But yeah, I pictured Don't Tell Mum the Babysitter's Dead, like the babysitter, and pretty close because Llama Girl showed me a photo of Jennifer and I feel sorry for her. I feel like Katie chooses people that wouldn't know. Like, this lady's definitely going to believe that I'm a journalist, that I'm famous. I mean, look at me rocking up in my BMW. A simple YouTuber wouldn't be able to afford this. I mean, I am a journalist, high-standing Minnesota, LLC, got my YouTube Google play button that reflects all my wine and everything in between. Okay. Oh, Carrie, did you just sneak in at the end? It's your perfect time at the end. Oh, thanks, Carrie. I kind of butchered reading it, so I had to make it entertaining. Like, I had to make sure that people knew that, you know, my mouth was just not with the words tonight, but that's why we've got Emily. How good I'm so glad we came across Emily. I didn't even know how we did come across Emily because she just started covering Tati. Oh, Katie, have you looked at her count yet, Katie? She surpassed you? Everyone has. Oh, I feel sorry though if 7M does win and gets Katie's channel, you know, a lousy 360,000 and hit the wall and never growing. Okay, guys, take care out there. Yes, Tabitha, she's amazing. Okay, well, I think I'm going to hit her up and see if I can use her videos. And yeah, bet she's getting ready for March. Ooh, be exciting. But yeah, we have to get up to speed with March. I'll link all my videos down below, and check out my CB Shorts tab on my channel. I release 2 shorts a day minimum. And then, yeah, I'll see you guys next week. And yeah, take care. Have a good time on your weekend. Try to tune out from Katie so that you can start the week fresh. Because I feel if I don't tune out, if I don't take a break, oh, like that's when I'm like, no, can't do this, can't do this. Take care, guys. Thanks for rocking up. See ya.